completely. I also think it's Dortmund. It's impressive. It's amazing what Dortmund does with their youth players, and it's incredible, and it's really great, and it produces great talents such as Jadon Sancho. But it doesn't always. It's not going to win you titles the majority of the time. It really doesn't. You need more experience, and maybe they're trying to do that with Mats Hummels as center back, but it doesn't show. And some people are blaming the goalkeeper, Roman Burkie. Roman Burkie's he's a good goalkeeper, but they might have a point. They could use a better goalkeeper because when it comes to title winning sides, it's good goalkeepers for the most part. Like if you look at Liverpool, they have when they got Alisson, they completely changed. Not completely, excuse me, but they changed for the better, and for a major part, they became a better team. But also look at Manchester City. Ederson, great goalkeeper. Manchester United have a good goalkeeper, but he's out of form. But I don't know. I really do think that they should be looking to a new goalkeeper, and Roman Burkie he's been doing a good job, but I don't think he is their answer for the most part to a Bundesliga title. They have a lot of talent, impressive youth academy, youth scouting, but I highly doubt it will win them a title if they keep pushing for youth players who aren't as experienced as other players. They definitely need more experienced players. And I think they are addressing that in some ways. As I said earlier about Mats Hummels, the center back for Dortmund, as well as Emre Can, who is the new midfielder for Borussia Dortmund, who came in for the January transfer window from Juventus. And it could be a solution, maybe next season that they can do it, but definitely some question marks around there. Another side that has been challenging Bayern for the title is RB Leipzig. And Julian Nagelsmann, in a couple of interviews, has been saying that his main focus is to secure first, second, third, and fourth, and secure Champions League football. And it's obvious that RB Leipzig is building to get their first Bundesliga title as a club. But I mean, they're going to be losing some key players. It's the natural process. RB Leipzig isn't that big to hold some of their biggest players, like Timo Werner, who is most likely going to be moving to an English club, specifically Chelsea. And holding those key players, I think, is important, but it's extremely hard. I mean, RB Leipzig, they don't have the hold to keep those players that long. I personally think it's impressive that they kept Timo Werner for that long in the first place. And RB Leipzig will definitely need to they will definitely need to ask themselves going into the summer, or as we're already in the summer, but after the season ends and prior to the next season, they need to be asking themselves, what are they going to do? Who is going to replace Timo Werner? Because that is a big ask, because Timo Werner is one of the best strikers in the league. I'd say the second best striker in the league, behind Robert Lewandowski. And how exactly they're going to replace him is going to be very important. They might bring in players from their large empire, because RB Leipzig is owned by Red Bull, and Red Bull has a lot of clubs and a large number of scouts who just scout everywhere and manage to find some of the greatest talent. And maybe they have a talent that's, could really use the first team match experience in the Bundesliga. And he could be the next Timo Werner or even better. But Julian Nagelsmann and RB Leipzig and the Red Bull empire as a whole will definitely need to be asking themselves how they're going to be challenging Bayern. Because Bayern, you could say that Bayern is getting weaker, but they really aren't. Hansi Flick has been doing an impressive job. And unless RB Leipzig invests a large amount of money into some bigger players, they did invest 28 million or in the January transfer window for Dani Olmo, But I don't think that's going to be the answer because he's only 22. He's not that experienced. But then again, like I said earlier, they definitely will need to be maybe splash cash, but that's not particularly RB Leipzig move. And it's definitely sad that that these two clubs aren't able to compete with Bayern as much as many fans would like, because I don't know for how many of you have seen the Bernd Leno quote from where he just says the Bundesliga is boring because Bayern just wins every year. And I wouldn't say the Bundesliga is boring. I wouldn't say that. It's a very entertaining league, but it gets annoying seeing Bayern win every single damn time. But good on them, good on the fans, and I just want to congratulate them for basically winning their 8th consecutive title. It's not confirmed yet, of course, but they will be winning their title unless they completely drop the ball. But good on them, and good on the fans, and that's impressive. Good for them.